There are musical traditions all over the world, and they have been changing over time for reasons that are internal to themselves, as musicians try new things and as they give up on other ones. And they're also being changed for reasons that have nothing to do with the volition of the musicians, but are actually imposed from outside. They can be imposed belief systems, they can be changing opportunities to actually be heard, contact with audiences, changing patronage, things like that. And looking around the world, some traditions are surviving and altering and changing, and others are being disappeared in the sense that the conditions for their sustainability, conditions for their continuation, cease to exist, sometimes in a malicious way or sometimes in a way that is actually an after effect of something else. And as we look at the diversity of the world's musical traditions and cultural traditions, I think we should be looking carefully to see what the conditions are that are preventing musical and other cultural traditions from continuing to evolve and thrive as they might. And this is often means looking at things like city regulations on noise or on busking, and whether performers can actually stand on the street corners and be heard by people. So I think it's going to be a very interesting process, and it's one that I think we need to be attentive to, because otherwise what can easily happen is by regulations and various sorts of persecution, we can actually diminish tremendously the wealth of cultural diversity and musical diversity that we have around the world. One of the ways we can address this question is by actually talking to the performers themselves. I think rather than sitting in our armchairs and imagining what it would be that would make it possible for tradition to continue, we should go out and find out where the shoe pinches. In other words, what the performers think they are missing and that they used to have perhaps, or that they think would enable them to continue their traditions, to find new acolytes to learn them, and to continue to reach the interested public and grow a new interested public. And I think this requires field work, because bureaucrats in cultural, in the ministries of culture can invent all kinds of things, but that doesn't really necessarily help the artist. It often helps the bureaucracy more than the artist. And if anything, it stimulates the growth of urban sort of imitators, but without really stimulating the original artists to continue practicing traditions that they value.